working. Welcome back to episode 257 of the Guide and Guns podcast. I'm your host, Troy.
And I'm your other host, Doug.
This is podcast to talk about guide, guns, and the responsible Christian gun owner's interest. On this week's show, we'll be discussing our second-class citizen status as law-abiding Christian gun owners. We want to thank bandwidth sponsor Firearms. Try that again. Firearms Radio Network. We appreciate them putting all that data out there for you guys to download at your pleasure. If you haven't, go over and check out some of the other shows on the Firearms Radio Network, and there's some new ones coming out. Skinny Meg's got his show. It's been out a little while, and there's a new one that they just announced, and I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but oh well. You guys can find it over there. All right. Also, we want to thank
Crossbreed Holsters. Hey, you've heard talk about it if you're carrying a gun on your person, in your vehicle, got one next to your bed, or your wife carries one in a pocketbook. Crossbreed makes a holster for you. Go check our buddies out, crossbreedholsters.com. Carry the cross. Also, PowerTac lights. Hey, tonight we will be doing a giveaway after the NRA Armed Citizen. I'm going to give away one of the new, or the Power E5 tactical long gun kits. And when we do our part here in a little bit, I'm going to show you what I did one of my rifles with one of them, but we're going to give that away tonight to one of our listeners that answered on the Facebook page. So stay tuned and don't nod off and go to sleep too early because you'll miss out. Also, Palmetto State Armory. You guys have been using the link and you're doing good. They got some great deals out there. So click on our link. We have it on our website, the website. We have it in our show notes. We also have it in our Facebook. I think we put it out on just about every possible place you can go find it. If you need it, let us know. We'll get it to you. And go check them out. Palmetto State Armory, they got a lot of good deals going on. So check them out and buy something. And what you spend with them, they show us a little bit of love back.
Deal. Well, what you been up to this week in guiding guns activities, Doug?
Well, on the God side, I've been doing my Sportsman's Daily Devotional every day. I went to church on Sunday and had a good time. My daughter and two of the granddaughters went with us this week, so that was a good deal. Let's see, gun side, of course, everyday carry. Been doing that. I did get to go to the range on Sunday. After church, me and my son-in-law Matt went up for a little while and got a little gunpowder therapy in. And I was playing with the Puff 2.0 that I've put my light on and got the new SIG Romeo 5 optic on it. And let me reach back here and grab this bad boy for a second. So this is her. I've been posting pictures of her. And got the flashlight mounted, got that on, got the pop-up sights. That's the same one we're giving away tonight. I bought one too. Actually, I bought two. I bought this one, and I bought the one that we're giving away tonight. And next week we will have another one. We're going to give away another one that Lane from PowerTac Lights gave us and hooked us up with. But hey, I want to show you real quick. One of the things I posted it, but I'm not sure everybody can see it. So once I got it, this thing comes with a pressure switch. So I wasn't sure quite what I needed to mount it with. And I got a pretty good tip. I was out just looking at videos on how people were mounting them. And I don't know if you guys can see that or not. That's the pressure switch. There it is right there. So I mounted it with the ladder rail that goes on your Picatinny rail that you can put on to cover it up so it doesn't eat your hand up. So I actually mounted it upside down. I put it in and had it upside down. The edge has got grooves that would normally click onto your Picatinny rail and hook down. So if you mount it upside down, you can cut it to the exact size of your pressure switch, and you can run it up, run your cord down the edge of it, and then curl it back around, and your pressure switch will press in there and mount and stay in there, and it's perfect. It works like a champ. Cool. So it was about a $5 fix, buying a piece of ladder rack, and I still got enough to do, several more if I want to, but it worked out good. So I was pretty pleased with it. Let's see what else. Oh, dude. So I was telling you a little bit ago. Wendy and I were down in Panama City this past weekend, and we were down there Monday and Tuesday as well. Well, Monday I got bit by a spider on my leg. I was drinking coffee, sitting on the couch in the condo, watching TV, not paying no attention. It was early in the morning because I get up early, and I felt something bite me, but I didn't see what it was. Couldn't pay attention. Didn't pay attention to it. Just kept on going. I got home. The bite mark. Uh, Wednesday was worse. Thursday was way worse, and Friday, Saturday it got really bad. So I had to go to the doctor Monday morning because my leg swelled up, my calf swelled up. And I had a spot that came up about that big around right in the center and kind of sunk down. I was like, man. So I went to the doc and he put me on some high powered antibiotics. I got to go back tomorrow at 8:30. And if he doesn't think that these antibiotics have done good enough job of fixing me, he's talking about putting me in the hospital tomorrow and give me an IV antibiotic for a day or so. So say a prayer that does not happen because I do not want to go. I don't want to go to the doctor, period. But I did go this one because he likes to hog hunt. He's into guns, and I like him. He's a pretty good fella. So hopefully he won't keep me out of the game. He told me, he said, I need to get it fixed because it's hard to run from a hog with only one leg. And I was like, yeah, we'll get it fixed. We'll get it fixed, Doc. No problem.
Ain't no running.
No.
We the kind of guys, we just stay there, keep shooting till we're
Yeah.
right.
I told my wife and some of the folks I work with, I'm like, it's pretty sad. I was in the military. I was in Desert Storm. I come back. I'm a avid hunter. I go out hog hunting at night, chasing down these pigs. I've killed alligators, and I got a little spider takes me out of commission.
Yeah, so, it's the little guys you got to watch out for.
I know. I got bit by that one last year too. That bit me up here on the shoulder, and man, it about did me in.
I tell you, those no-see-ums down there in Florida are bad. I thought mosquitoes bother me bad, but those no-see-ums will leave a hole in you.
Those don't really bother me too bad. I mean, they bite you. Yeah, ain't too bad.
It's like those love bugs or something bite you too?
I never been bit by a love bug.
Gosh, man. I don't like the interior Florida guys. I'm sorry if you guys live there for you, but I'll take mosquitoes over those guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I take mosquitoes any day of the week. But I tell you what, we were out pig hunting the other night. And I was like, my spidey senses wasn't tingling or nothing. And, I've been trying to shoot webs and it ain't working. So, I don't know.
Don't be jumping off any buildings soon.
No, I tried to climb one before I jumped off and shot the web. But anyway, I got to go back tomorrow. So you got to say a prayer for me that I don't have to go to the hospital because I work at a hospital and that's the last place that I want to be. It's just working there and going there is two different things.
Well, since you work at a hospital, y'all been planning for this coronavirus thing?
We're prepared. We got isolation rooms and stuff in case somebody does come in with it, but hopefully we won't see it. They got that out in California now. I think they got their first case.
There's some California, some Washington State. There's some Chicago. I think's got a case or two.
Oh, really? Already?
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that one.
They showed a red dot somewhere here in the Midwest, but I couldn't determine what state it was in. But we got a lot of guys over commenting over on the post. Hello, everybody over there. All right, so I guess I'm on to my guy gun stuff.
Hey, got one more.
Go ahead.
One more announcement. So I talked to Jesse, and we have worked up a class for. It's kind of an introductory class to pistol self-defense. It's going to be a one-day class here in Georgia. It's going to be in Macon. I've got two range possibilities. One of them will be here in Warner Robins, and one of them might be at the range that I'm a member of up in Macon. Either way, we're going to have the class. So it's going to be May 2nd. It's on a Saturday. It's $150 to take the class. You're going to get a lot out of it. And you can be a beginner shooter, just getting your concealed carry permit and want to learn to shoot and how to carry correctly in the whole 9 yards, all the way up to a seasoned veteran. Jesse said they'll be able to take care of anybody that shows up for the class that wants to take it. So I'm going to take it. One of my daughters is going to take it. I got a few other ladies at work actually that want to take it, and they want to come out and do it. And my wife may even take it. She was helping us out advertising earlier for us today. So not sure, but it should be a good class. So you guys go check it out. I posted it on my Facebook. I posted it on God and Guns Facebook. Go ahead and sign up, and Jesse's going to come down, and I'm going to host him while he's down for the class. And me and him I told him I might take him out. Maybe me and him could go do a little pig hunt while he was down. So it'll be fun. But go check them out, and that's through the guys at the Bulwarks, our buds.
Yeah, Gunner's taking defensive handgun 2-day class coming up in March here in Kentucky. So I think maybe it's April. Maybe April or March. I can't remember which. But coming up pretty soon, he'll be taking that class. And then I'm looking at that shotgun class they're having here in May. I think it's May 2nd. That's what I was looking at to see if I had it in my calendar. When you said May 2nd, I was looking at my calendar to see because I'm thinking that's when the shotgun class is. Maybe it's another day, but it's a 1-day class. I'm like 90% sure I'm taking that. Then we got the NRA annual meeting coming up in Nashville.
Yes, we do.
Let's see. No, it's not the 2nd. Maybe it's the next week. But I don't know. I know it's something that week. Oh, it's on the 16th. May 16th, the shotgun class. That's going to be in Mount Sterling, Kentucky. It's sort of east of Lexington a little bit. Hello, Justin, Steven. Who else we got up there? We got a bunch of guys. So that's got all your stuff covered?
It does.
All right, so my stuff is on the God side, daily Bible reading. Went to church Sunday, a different church. Didn't go to my home church. My daughter and my oldest son have both graduated high school, and she's working full time, and he's still doing school online here at the house. And so we've been trying to encourage them to find a college and career class because our church doesn't really have one. And so we have encouraged them to go around and look at other places. And there's a church in Elizabethtown that we found that has a class. And so we all went up there to visit the church and see how it was Sunday. And then they got to meet the leaders of the college and career age group. Yeah, it's the early 20s, it's college age to, just getting a job, not married kind of a group. And they actually have two or three groups. And so they went to that class. So we went there to encourage them to check out that church just because our church doesn't really have anything for them. And they need to be plugged into, some Christians their age to hang out with and things. So we went up there. It was a good service. They're looking for a pastor right now. So we just heard an interim speaker. So that was a church stuff. God stuff I'm reading a lot and listening to sermons and stuff. I'm a self feeder. I don't have to be in the sermon on Sunday to get the word. I'm always listening to sermons or always studying on my own, as should be all Christians. The Sunday sermons are for visitors and people that are, baby milk kind of Christians, and then your small groups are for, that's for your mature Christians that are growing. And then once you get off that stuff, then you start serving as a teacher or as a leader in the group or some other capacity. So, you come in, you start learning. After you learn some, then you start teaching. And after you teach some, then you start doing other things. So it's this way it works in church. You just work your way through. God's got something for you out there. Everybody's serving. So on the gun side, didn't do a whole lot. I changed out some things on. I cleaned on this gun a little bit this week. This is my truck gun. It stays in my truck a lot, so I have to keep it oiled up and cleaned up real good. It's got the folder, so It's a nice compact package. It's running a hollow sun optic on it. It's got the flip up sights. I don't even know what these are. I guess they're Troy battle sights. Uh, on this one, and it's got the barking spider on here to throw all the blast down range. And then this is an old light I picked up a while back. Got Magpul furniture here, Magpul magazine. I forget where I got these rails from, but they just cover up the cheese graters there that you don't leave DNA samples every time you shoot the thing. I do have a flat dark earth rear stock. I'm going to put on here. I keep meaning to do it, but I forget. Still got in the package. It's a blade, but this is the adjustable one. It's got the little depression. I think I showed you guys this before, but I just got to switch out that tube. It's got a pistol buffer tube on it, and then this new version of the blade stabilizer has got an adjustable.
I like that one.
Stabilizer, and it's the same color as the rest of the group, so I'll be matching my components. So as soon as I get that up, we'll get you some new pictures out there on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. Hello, Daryl. So we got some other guys jumping in here as we go tonight.
So the new blade is adjustable now. You don't have to undo the set screw on it.
Yeah, it's got adjustable. Take it out of the package. You might be able to see it. I don't know if I got a knife down here. I think I took all my knives upstairs. But it's got a little lever on it. You can't really make it out there. Maybe a little black lever. Barely can make out for reflection of the lights. But you push that in, it allows you to telescope it up and down. I don't know. Looks like it's got maybe 5 positions on it.
Uh-huh.
It's got its own buffer spring. I picked that up on DeVore. That's one of the DeVore things I picked up. I'm thinking it was $79, which was way cheaper than usual. They also had something else on DeVore this week. What was it that was a really good price?
Lots of stuff.
Oh, gosh, they got tons of stuff. Yeah, between Palmetto State and DeVore, I could go bankrupt inside of about a week. I just have to. Hey, Jonathan, we got lots of guys over. Let's see what else we got going on my gun stuff. Organized the bunker some more. I've been throwing away stuff. I got my weights moved in here. I got my dumbbells and my bench, and I haven't put my squat rack together yet, but I've got everything here so I can work out from home. It's been scattered all over the place since we've moved, like this is 4 years now. Gosh, has it been that long? We've been here 4 years? Maybe 3 years. Surely haven't been 4 years yet. Oh well. I'm rambling. Let's move on.
What sling do you got on your gun on that one?
What's that?
Somebody asked my buddy Andy asked what's the sling you're using on that one?
Oh, it's a Magpul.
The blade.
On the blade? I just got a Magpul. Oop, run through, knock my lights down. I just got a Magpul run through the back blade. And then I've got a quick detach with, I think it's a Troy quick detach ring. I can push the button. Can't do 2 things at once, man.
Yeah, he was asking me the other day what I was running on mine, and I sent him the link to it. I wasn't thinking at the time his butt stock doesn't have the quick detach hole for it, so he's gonna need a mount like that.
Oh yeah, the blade stock, it's got two slots in it. That's the original blade there. I don't know if you can see it. It loops through. It goes through the bottom, and it's unloaded, by the way. I'm handling it like this, but and then it goes back through the top. You make that out or not? See how it loops around there?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I just fed it around. It works really good. It lays just right. If I didn't have this headset on, I'd throw it over my shoulder, but it's adjustable. It's just like those other slings I have all the time that I can't never remember the name of. Gosh, what is that's the name? I'll think of it later. I'll blurt it out like a kid with Tourette's here in a second. All right, so let's see. That's pretty much my got gun stuff. EDC and the Glock 30S and the Crossbreed Super Tuck. I got the Trigicon HD sights aiming over there at the brick wall so I won't shoot nobody. And I got this Surefire XC1 light on. Holster that thing so I won't hurt myself. And all the usual accoutrements. And what are you packing tonight?
I got the Glock 19 with the night student of the gun night vision sights on it, and I've actually got the. I'm gonna pull my camera so I can see where I'm looking at. But that's her. She is loaded up, ready to go. I need to clean it. I shot it up the range the other day. I was actually, when I had my son-in-law up there, it was kind of cool. I told Jesse he'd be proud of me. We're actually practicing drills with the rifle. And, I'd load one round for him, and then he'd have a, malfunction, whether it's, just it didn't go bang. And he was slinging it and pulling his pistol, from concealed carry and taking 2 shots on target. And I think he was actually liking it. He enjoyed it. I was like, it's a whole lot different than just setting your gun up on a bag and shooting, when you're actually doing a little moving around and trying to get set up. So it was a lot of fun. Cool. Hey, and you're also wearing a special shirt tonight.
Yep. You guys can see it. It's the Reap Your Own Rewards Ron Bellin shirt. Ron would have been 51 yesterday.
51.
Just wore that in memory of Ron. It's hard to believe it's already been a year.
I know, man. It's crazy.
What is it? He died like, I guess, was it 10 days or something before his 50th birthday? So, yeah. Yep. He would have been 50 years old. That's just crazy. Yeah, Marlon asked a good question: is if it's adjustable, is it still considered a pistol or SBR? As far as I know, what I've heard about it is still a pistol because it's not a stock; it's a brace because it's still got the brace.
Right.
And the position of the brace. I mean, this is adjustable. I mean, you can just take that set screw and you can adjust it whichever position. That just but the quick release on the newer version just makes it faster. But you can take back that screw out. You can adjust this up and down that pistol tubing where you want to. So that was the definition I was told. Of course, with ATF, everything's subject to change. But as of right now, it's still, to my knowledge, still a pistol. And I've got the Law Tactical folder on it.
You got a Law Tactical folding?
Yeah, this is a Law Tactical folder on it.
Oh, I thought you had a Sylvan on there.
No, I had this one before we went and saw those guys
before you got the Sylvan.
Yeah.
So this one, you have the Blade Tech stock on yours. This one is the SBA 3 tactical brace, and to me it's just like a regular stock. Yeah. Got the adjustment on it, slides out, slides back.
Yeah.
Look at the end of it. It is an arm brace where you can put it over your arm.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I shoot it like that, but whatever. I didn't say that out loud, did I?
It's the whole laws against SBRs is ignorant to begin with.
I mean,
if you want something to be more deadly, more accurate, you would want a longer barrel. I mean, you lose accuracy and you lose speed of the bullet by having a shorter barrel. All you gain is the ability to swing it around inside of a vehicle or confined spaces, lightens it up a little bit, easier to put in a backpack or something. But as far as being more lethal, have a longer barrel. But you lose some of that for concealability. It's the whole thing about politicians don't know what they're talking about anyway. I mean, they're making laws on stuff that they don't have a clue what they're talking about. And they're always looking to, steal back freedom that was lost at the cost of blood of our ancestors. So, we're dealing with ignorant people about the attributes of, most gun laws are based on ignorance, as everybody Stephen was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Marlon, to answer your question, I don't think there's any illegality to it at this moment, but that's always subject to change here in this world. There are bureaucrats are making laws.
They are totally legal. with the adjustment on them like that.
Now, I can't speak for California or even Virginia right now. I don't know what, laws are subject to your state, so know what those are. Who the heck knows, what's legal anymore in Virginia or California? Who can keep up with it? So I'm glad you're over there taking care of business on YouTube, because I am having hard enough time just talking and walking at the same time.
Yes.
Sorry.
Hey, you got your Ron Bellin shirt on, so tonight I got mine on. My Oathkeeper shirt.
Yep. And we're on Oathkeepers TV.
Yes,
I just got a text from Brett, and Brett says we're over there live, so
nice.
We're rocking and rolling now. Some of those things aren't being populated as I would like them to be, so we'll get better at that as time goes on. You guys are watching right now. Please like us, give us a thumbs up, and share us. We need all the help we can get, because we ain't gonna buy no influence, because we ain't get no money.
Right.
All right. You got any feedback this week?
I did not have any this week.
Comedy Corner. What kind of joke you got for us tonight?
All right. So this would come from Chad, our buddy that sends me jokes all the time, and I appreciate him doing that. Chad, if you're watching or listening, or you're listening to this tomorrow or whenever, I told Troy, I can't, the ones that you sent me, I have to retype them all, because I can't copy them out, because they're like screenshots. So, but hey, keep them coming. I'll type them all day long. I ain't got no problem with it. So,
make it easy for us, Chad. Make it easy.
Right. Hey, so this one is called Driving. So a son walks up to his dad and says, "Dad, I'm ready to get my driver's license." Dad tells him, "Well, let's talk about it later, when your grades are up, you've studied your Bible more, and you do something about that long hair." A few months later, son comes back again. "Dad, I did what you said. My grades are up, and I have memorized the Bible." The dad said, "Well, true, but that hair, you still got to do something about that hair." His son looks at him and says, "But Dad, all the greats had long hair. Samson, Moses, and even Jesus." And Dad replies to him, "Yeah, but did you notice they all walked everywhere they went to?"
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Except Jesus on that little donkey.
On the donkey. He gets to ride one time.
One time, and it's on the last trip. All right. Let's see.
Daryl says they can't even have blow darts. They're outlawed in California.
Yeah, I bet y'all can't have nunchucks, or I bet you can't have what is posted something else there. I bet you can't have nunchucks. Bet you can't have ninja stars.
Ninja stars.
I was in the mall. Somebody asked me to stop by because they heard that they had some billy clubs in this store in the mall in Elizabethtown. I went in there, and so they had shurikens and nunchuckas and batons and pepper spray and pink handcuffs and all that stuff. All that stuff be outlawed in California. Maybe the pink handcuffs not, but the rest of the stuff.
Right.
Oh man, the stuff you find in malls. Nope. What's Daryl saying? Nope to?
Nope. You can't have that stuff. Oh, I think when he said pepper spray, and Daryl said nope.
Yeah, they had pepper spray at the mall too. That was there as well. All right, Bible verses this week, and you guys are active over tonight. Thanks a lot.
Sure they are.
All right, so this week's Bible verse coming from Luke 6:22-23. I think I've hit this once or twice before in the last 6 years. "Blessed are you when people hate you, and when they exclude you and revile you and spurn your name as evil on account of the Son of Man. Rejoice in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For so their fathers did to the prophets." Luke 6:22-23. So this is Jesus speaking, and we know that because it's red words. At least the ones I'm reading here are red words. And you guys are active. I can't keep up. So Jesus was speaking about about being persecuted, and as Christians, we're starting to feel a little bit of that persecution. Every now and then, we're starting to get rebuked and made fun of and attacked and things like that. The funny part is, I just laugh at them because of the foolishness of their statements. It's just that I was on the other day on something. I posted a post something a while back. I mean, it's been probably 5 or 6 months ago about that TV show comedian. Comedian, what was he? He's an engineer, became a comedian, became a TV show scientist. Bill Nye, the faux science guy. Yeah, the faux science guy. He, yeah, squirrel. Yeah, I'm chasing squirrels tonight. So, Bill Nye, the science guy, he's really just reading the script, right? He's not. He didn't have a degree in science. He's not a weather climate studying kind of a dude. He has a mechanical engineering degree. He tried to skit at comedy, failed at that, and then he became a children's show actor. And there's a whole generation or two now, it seems like, that thinks that dude's actually a scientist.
Right.
And so I was just putting on there the faux science guy, that I had more education than he's got. And I have had every atheist slash thinks that they know everything about all of creation and evolution attack my character for the last 4 or 5 months. And it's so ludicrous. I mean, they just come off with this stuff and I'm just laughing at them. And the last one I got was like 3 days ago. And he said, "Well, you're a Christian, so anything you say doesn't count to anything."
Oh,
I just laughed. Like, oh yeah. And your validity, you're basing that your intelligence as intellect is stronger than mine. You have faith that something came from nothing, that chaos created order, that billions of years somehow equates into living life, that you could take nothing and turn it into something. That sounds like you believe in a creator, because to think that order comes out of chaos. Order does not come out of chaos. All scientific method proves that order becomes chaos. It devolves. Everything in nature devolves over time. It doesn't get better. It gets worse. And so I just explained that back to him. I never heard nothing else after it, because in order to believe evolution, you've got to believe a whole lot more than I would have faith to believe that all these random chances happen. The mathematical chance of that is nil. You can't math. You got more chance of it being a creator that created it than all these random things happening over billions of years, which doesn't work out with the timeline of the stars, gravitational pulls, the salinity of oceans, and there's all kinds of scientific methods to prove that it's a young Earth, not an old one. And so I'll just stop there before I get more.
Have you ever seen that video? The guy that did it, he was at our church one time and spoke. Dr. Dino, is it
Dr. Dino?
About the dinosaurs?
Yeah.
He talks about how long the Earth is.
They sent him to prison. Did you know that? IRS took him out.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. He finally got out about a year ago. Me too.
Hey, he still put on a good speech, and it made you think about how old everything is. And he used the Bible, went back, showed how long the Earth had been here, and he made a good case, But that old boy that was commenting on yours, he probably didn't comment back. He probably couldn't get up off his mama's couch in the basement to get back over to the computer to comment to you again.
Yeah,
he might have went to an Antifa rally. You never know.
It's always the most vile people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I just reply back with nice, kind words, and they just disappear. I don't try to insult them. I'm just saying, you got more faith than me, dude. If you're going to believe that all of creation evolved out of nothing, that's just hilarious,
dude. I think I'm like 127 days with no Facebook jail. Since I deleted most of the left leaning people that were my friends. I did keep a few. Yeah, sometimes I need a good joke, to cheer me up in the daytime. But they're guys that can take it. We dish it back and forth, and they can take it. They don't report me. So, but 120 some days out of Facebook jail.
So I got a notice this morning from Facebook that one of my posts had been banned because it violated their rules, because it was, I forgot what it was. I took screenshots of it in case it disappeared, and so I appealed it. I said it's not. I didn't post anything wrong. I just let me get my screenshot up here. I can tell
What'd you post?
It was from 2012.
Oh, they went back.
8 years ago, they went back to find this post. Where are my pictures at? There.
Yeah.
But they went back to 2012. Oh my gosh. Where is it? Dude, I'm going crazy.
You can send it to me, and I'll post it back for you.
Oh, it's there now. But
they let it go back.
Your post goes against our community standards on dangerous individuals and organizations, and it was the post from February 8th, 2012. Of everybody's seen that post of all the people who wanted you to have your guns and all the people that don't, and it was all these communists and Obama at the end there. And I said, I didn't do anything. That's not violating your all standards. And so I appealed it. And about 2 hours later, they came back and said that the review was requested and approved. And then they said that they have your post is back on Facebook, and they were wrong. So every time they send you that, if you didn't do anything wrong, hey, tell them I didn't do anything wrong and send it back. They may kick you off Facebook like they do Doug all the time. But hey, you just got to try it. I don't back off that stuff.
I don't.
Yeah, but what they saying? Wendy's saying they can find Hillary Clinton emails.
Yeah, if they can find your post from that long ago, they can.
Oh yeah, yeah. He says I post that multiple times. Yeah, I have too. I mean, I've posted them a bunch. I mean, don't be afraid of them. Just get back in their face. All they do is kick you off the platform for a while.
Dude, the last time I was in Facebook jail, I posted a video of a guy trying to rob it looked like a cell phone door. Well, he steps back, he goes to pull a gun out of his pants, and when he comes up, the guy sitting behind the counter that wasn't helping him, he was just watching. Man, he capped him. Bam! The dude hit the ground and laid there for a minute.
Hill or something.
Yeah, well, I don't know where it was at, but he popped him, and so I got banned. I got the same thing. I violated Facebook's content for violent content. I'm like, it ain't even my content. I just reposted it. So they took it down. Well, I went and found it again, and I reposted it. and then they told me I'd violated their Facebook rule twice, and I was losing my Facebook privileges for 24 hours.
Oh.
I was like, oh, okay. And I did. I couldn't do nothing. Wendy's got a nice little picture of a guy holding on to bars. She's like, if you're trying to get a hold of Doug, he's in jail. Don't bother. So as soon as I got off of Facebook jail 24 hours later, I went and posted it again. And then they popped me for 48 hours. I was like, they're killing me.
All right, main topic tonight: second-class citizens. We're second class for two reasons: because we believe in the second. Well, probably three reasons: because we're Christians and believers, and because we're patriots. Third reason. So the thing that is very evident in America today is that if you want to get away with crime, become a politician or a bureaucrat, because you can get away with murder. In the case of Hillary Clinton, you can get away with stealing millions of dollars. In the case of Biden and his son and his brother, and who knows how many other politicians are gaming the system. But we see all this happening, and it drives us crazy. I don't know that it might even be their plan to drive us crazy by having this two-tier system one tier, the political elite and those with money, can get off with raping children and killing people and not go to jail unless you're Epstein. And he didn't kill himself.
He didn't.
He didn't kill himself. And then there's the rest of us who are law abiding and who are always seems to be the target of the politicians to take away our God-given rights, our rights to life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, our rights under the Bill of Rights, freedom of speech. They want to keep us from being able to speak. They wanted to keep us from having the freedom of religion, where we can practice religion of our choice without influence from the state. They want to keep us from being able to peaceably assemble without having snipers pointing rifles at us and threatening our lives. Put chain fence around us to keep us from being able to approach their majesty, the governor's estate and all. We see that these people want to rule over us, and whoever would vote for them should be kicked out of the country, as far as I'm concerned. You have a class of people who are breaking laws, who are most likely involved in murder, graft of untold millions, and we see that they keep escaping justice. Yet Barr has again let more politicians and more bureaucrats off, and Trump is like scratching his head. We got a two-tiered system, and it's going to come a point, in my opinion. And Doug, I'm not going to dominate everything. I'm just sort of queuing this up for you to hit on.
No, go ahead.
There's coming a point where it's going to require us to be. Oh, lost my camera. Can you still hear me?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Somehow my camera disappeared. There
There
you
you
go.
are. You're
All
back.
right. So there's a two-tier system. So at some point, it appears in the near future that we're going to have civil disobedience. We're going to have to start ignoring these unconstitutional laws and rulings, and we're going to have to step up and be willing to maybe be sent to jail to prove a point, to be those guys that stand in the gap. Are you prepared for that? Is your family prepared for that? If not, you need to be talking, because my wife was not a fan of that. I can tell you that. But I would rather I be the one that has to suffer the undue consequences of dealing with and standing up to tyrants than my children be under the boot. And so I think, Doug, you're on the same boat with me as that. But
Oh yeah. Well,
what is it that gets you all riled up these days with this two-tiered system we got?
what gets me riled up? Oh man, I'll tell you what. Now I posted one the other day. What really got me was, I think it was New Mexico. I posted an article on our site the other day talking about the politician. She was either mayor or something, but she was telling the sheriff that if the sheriffs didn't do their job and support these red flag laws, that they needed to resign and step down. Well, no, if they're not willing to do the red flag laws, that means they're not valid to start with, and you can't do that. And my thing back to them is, hey, if you're not willing to uphold the Constitution and the oath that you took there, maybe you need to step down.
Yeah, because they're elected officials; they're not appointed.
No, sheriffs are not.
Now they can they can put a temporary guy in if a guy resigns or goes to prison or something until the election is held. But those are elected positions. You don't get to kick them out.
No.
At least I don't think so. Not in our state, you wouldn't. But I hear that kind of stuff all the time. Is the reason why they don't want to pass these sanctuary cities. Oh well, we can't pass that because then we'd be violating state law. But as I understand the Constitution, the highest law in your county is your sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
That it supersedes state and supersedes federal. Now, if the state has some kind of issue with the sheriff doing something that is illegal or unconstitutional, the state can come in and do things. But The highest elected official in the county is the sheriff. And so it's important that you have a sheriff that doesn't allow state come in to do stuff or make laws that affect your county. And it's important that the sheriff doesn't allow federal to come in and take you. Now, I know that I've seen lots of good sheriffs all over the social media talking about that they won't pass these unconstitutional laws and they won't come and take your guns, but there's a whole lot that will. And so it's important that you sort of know what your sheriff's stance is on things, and encourage that you get sheriffs that will stand with you and that will not try to uh, take your rights away. So the second thing I want to talk about, and Doug, you jump in here. Don't let me just run the show here. Um, is election. We have like 28 to 35% of the total people who are registered to vote actually show up to elections.
Right.
And we have Christians that only about 40%, 38 to 40% are registered to vote, of self proclaimed Christian conservative people. And if you're not voting, you're going to make somebody die, because if I'm not saying you personally, but if people sit back on their laurels and allow people to be voted in that shouldn't have ever been voted in because you didn't take the time to understand who was running for office, educate yourself on what their policies are, and realize that you don't want those people in, and vote for the people that don't want that stuff, we've got to deal with that stuff by civil disobedience, possibly being arrested, possibly being red flagged and shot. So I think it's a sin to sit on your rear end, not educate yourself about what's going on in your community, what's going on in the civil discourse or the discussions that are going on out there, and voting Christian and conservative gun owner values. Because if we ever get to the point where they are allowed to take away our guns and leave us leave us helpless,
Mm-hmm.
that will begin the killing time of the. You look at the history of communist countries. Once they've got enough people disarmed, then they start knocking off people that's going to be in their way to taking over and becoming tyrants. You can see it already in these very socialist states that we have within our union, of how they deal with people when they think they are in power, or they just kill people in the street.
Look at Venezuela. Look at
Yep.
Cuba.
China.
Look at Germany. Look what Hitler did. But hey, Bernie Sanders thinks they're all model countries that we should follow here. Not.
Bernie Sanders is a joke, man. Somebody else said earlier, if you guys knew, he never had a real job in his life. He wouldn't work because it was below his below his dignity to have to go out and earn a wage in a capitalist society. And so he lived off of his girlfriends and friends until he was old enough to run for mayor. I think he's been in political jobs ever since. Now he's a millionaire with 3 houses, and he's still pushing the propaganda of the communists. He intends to live well off of the labors of others. That's the way communism works. You got a few people in the top of the Communist Party that are going to live well. The rest of you are going to suffer, and you're going to not have nothing. And if you don't like it, you're going to like it, or you're going to get dead. That's
Well,
how it works.
I look at it like this, Troy. As long as you got all these left wing nut jobs out there trying to take away our guns, trying to put you down, saying you can't have this, you can't have that, and red flag laws if they deem that you can't have them. But then again, they turn right around and harbor illegals in their cities and not turn them over when they actually catch one that robbed somebody, stole something, killed somebody, and they won't turn them over to ICE officials or the authorities so they can get them out of here. And they just turn them loose and let them go.
Yep.
What in the world are these people thinking, dude?
They're trying to buy favor with the criminal class that are going to keep them in the power. That's what they're doing. They are trying to coalesce enough votes from the class of people who feel that they're victims, and so if they can get enough victims, they can stay in power is their goal. And if they can suppress enough Christians and enough uh, patriotic people to not go to the polls, then they will get power. And that's and the communism. I mean, I had a show. Oh gosh, it might have been a year or two ago. Seems like about communism. Communism is atheism. I mean, it's a godless system form of government that any kind of debauchery is okay. They don't care. That sort of if you go back and read Lenin and read what's he say, um, Stalin and Lenin, and what was the other guy that was the writer of the Communist Manifesto? Gosh,
I remember.
old man stuff. Sorry, but if you read the writings, they were totally debased, mentally deranged people.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to live off the fruits of others. They thought themselves too intelligent to deal with Christians, and thought themselves too evolved. And they were all these Darwinist nincompoops running around thinking that they had all the answers to everything. We'll let everybody else work, and we'll live off the fruits of their labor, and we'll take out the middleman, right? And we'll all do it out of equality. Well, it's never worked. It didn't work here in the United States when they came here. You know, when they first came here, and was it John Smith that had to, everybody would work and everybody would be able to, okay.
Karl Marx.
Karl Marx.
Karl Marx.
Karl Marx. Yeah. If you read their writings, they're lunatics. I mean, they're debased of any kind of ethics. They're debased of any kind of morality. And they are self-serving, self-seeking, and they don't want any kind of God that they're accountable to. I mean, they are definitely atheists. The way they want to take down the West was to take down the family unit, take down the churches and the church's influence, and put the children under the control of the state being educated so that they could teach them what they want to teach them. Well, that sounds a whole lot like the 20th century in America, right? Where you have pretty much tried to take away the church's role as being a charity. Charity belongs to the church. It doesn't belong to the state. Anytime you put the state in charge of charity, then you're going to get more of it, right? You're going to get people that are going to be living off of it, and it's going to become a right instead of privilege that you get someone to give you something for sitting on your rear end. Now, there are some people that need help. There are people that lose a job and they need some temporary help, but most people don't need assistance, and what they do need assistance from is their family. And if they weren't taxed so heavily, they could be able to, their family would be able to help them, and their friends, their neighbors could help them, and the church would be able to help them. But we've got a system in America now, which they've pulled charity inside of the government. That's not any role inside of the government. There's nowhere in the Constitution you find that the government has any right in charity. And they all say, "Oh, for what was the clause, the preamble, to ourselves our prosperity." Well, you know what I'm saying? They've pulled out certain words to try to make it into a charitable clause that there is in the Constitution. There's not. It belongs to the church. The church is the role of charity. The family, the church, and the community is a role of charity. It's not for the government, because they will vote themselves money, as many of our ancestors, many of our forefathers it proclaimed that would happen. I've rambled off of my truck.
Well, hey, the more people that they can get hooked on free stuff, they're just going to be able to have their way. And once you got somebody hooked on free stuff, it's hard to get them off of free stuff. They're going to want to continue to get it. And I don't care what any of them say. Like Bernie Sanders, he can say whatever he wants to. Stuff ain't free. College ain't free. Insurance ain't free.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody has to pay for that, and it's usually us paying for them to do nothing.
Right.
And it kills me.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the cloud pivoting strategy came out. That was a couple of radical guys, I guess they were college professors, that the way they were going to take down the American government is they're going to load it up with so much welfare that uh, the system would collapse upon itself. And when it collapsed upon itself, then they would call for a new form of government, and that's when they're going to shove communism in. Well, that was a goal under the last administration. But the trouble is even though Trump's in office, the spending hasn't slowed down. It's still going full on spending. We got a lot more people in the workforce. It's not, we're not borrowing as much percentage of money as we were, but we're still borrowing too much money, and so we're digging ourselves a deeper hole all the time. And the whole most ridiculous part about it is we got people in there that have no idea how to run a business except for one person. It's Trump, and even he runs it. He's running a business that's not something we could all. It doesn't really equate to the American uh, capitalist system. It's sort of a rigged system itself. The way the real estate market works in that large of a atmosphere. He works globally too. So I'm rambling. Let me get back to the subject. The subject is we got a two-tier system. The two-tier system is that certain people don't get caught for their crimes and get to walk, and it's blatantly obvious if you all don't see it. And it's time we hold these politicians, these bureaucrats accountable. They think that they're above the law, and they're proving that they are to a degree. But if you know somebody in your family who isn't getting themselves educated and isn't voting, you need to make sure you get them to the polls and that they vote, and that you educate them on what the policies are and the fallacies and the dangers of communism, socialism. It's full on communism now is what they're pushing for, total control. Everything being controlled by the state. They want to dictate how your children are raised. They want to dictate how your children are educated. They want to dictate on what you can say and what you can't say. We're already seeing it being pushed through all the different departments in within government. So we're going to have to stand, guys. You can't just back down. You're going to have to stand, and it's not over one battle. The war is every day. Evil is always ready to slide in and try to take over. And so you have to realize that we can't give up. It's tiring. It's not all on us. I mean, we need to be praying. I've been thinking a lot about. We've had several people say that they want us to do prayers on the show, and it just hasn't ever been a part of our format. Um, I'm not. I think that I might do that as a separate show. That I might do like a morning thing, like a 10-minute thing in the morning, and
Mhm.
guys just submit your prayers, and we can just get on and do a quick thing, maybe off my phone or something. Not even have to set up the studio, but just we need to be praying for our country. We need to be praying for our president. The fact that he's still alive amazes me. As much as he's a threat to the deep state, the fact that they haven't killed him yet is amazing. He's got God's hand on him that he hadn't been killed yet. I think because he is such a threat to the deep state. It appears. Now, I'm not saying that God has anointed Trump. I'm not saying Trump is a good guy. I'm not saying Trump is a Christian. I'm saying that for whatever reason right now, he has not been killed when all other political enemies of the deep state and the Democrats have been killed and silenced. The fact that he's still kicking is amazing to me. But you guys pray for me and Doug. Pray that we'll keep our heads on straight. Pray for our country. Pray for our leaders. Pray for wisdom on who to vote for, because these guys are like snakes. They will say one thing and then they'll end up doing another thing. And Wendy's saying she prays all the time. I know all you guys out there praying. Just encourage you to keep that up. And we'll look into that. If you guys are interested in doing a morning prayer, maybe a little short devotional kind of thing, we'll scratch our heads about that and let us know what you're thinking. Trying to figure out a time in the morning would be best for everybody. And of course, you guys can go back and look at it, listen to it anytime you want to. Go ahead, Doug. Anything else you want to wrap up here before we start moving into the Armed Citizen of the Week?
Nope, I'm good, man. We are good.
I
We're
think,
good on that one.
I think Wendy would join us on here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't down in Georgia, down on the shores of somewhere, enjoying the sunshine, the sand.
Alabama.
Alabama.
Yep.
Oh, sure, Alabama. John says sounds great to him. All right, we got a couple of things. We're going to hit our sponsors, and then we're going to jump over into the armistice of the week. You guys are going to hear this, and then we got a drawing coming up right after that.
Yep.
So don't drop out. Hang around. We're going to have the drawing for the light here in just a little bit. And if you're not shared our stuff, make sure you share it, please. All right, so you can help us out by patches and stickers. Patches look like this thing behind me here. And stickers. We have several still left in stock. I have just gotten pricing on some shirts, and so I'm trying to see how many I can afford to buy before I put in an order. As soon as I have the final quote back, I've talked to this company now twice, and I think I can afford about 50 shirts up front. And then if you guys buy a lot more, then we can get a second order or whatever. So that might be coming. Zija, if you want to know more about Zija, the product I take for help with inflammation, help rid my pain, help me lose weight, guidingguns.myzija, that's myzija.com. You can find out more about that. We are Oath Keepers. I'm a lifetime Oath Keeper, and Doug is an Oath Keeper. They've got a raffle coming up for an AR-10 to help support the training and the resistance that's going on in Virginia. So Oath Keepers leadership is there training up the people in the different militias in the different counties that have decided that they're going to do that. So you guys please check out oathkeepers.org, and they've got a raffle to raise funds for the Virginia activities going on there. It's an AR-10 being given away. And then I also threw a link in here for Russ Bianchi. That's the guy that formulated Zija. He's got a 3-page little PDF that you guys can download at russbianchi.com. Things to stay away from is the title. And it's free. Didn't cost you anything. And it's what helped me lose 127 pounds the first 3 months I was on it, and have kept off most of that weight over the last, almost 10 years now. And then you got the other ones, Doug, and then we'll jump into armistice.
All right. Crossbreed Holsters, you heard us talking about it a while ago. Troy and I both carrying a Super Tuck Deluxe. Mine's got the horsehide backer. It's an awesome holster. It's very comfortable. I also have the belt, but they make holsters for just about every gun and any way you want to carry it. Appendix carry. They got the drop slide, the freedom carry. They can fix a holster for you for pretty much any situation that you want to carry in. High quality, and they're a Christian company. Go check our buddies out, Crossbreed Holsters. Use the promo code GNG and get a discount of 10% just for listening to Troy and I talk about them on the show. Also, do like my buddy Rick did. If you buy something from me, you like it, shoot them an email and say, hey, you heard it from us, and you checked them out and ordered one, and you like the product. Just let them know that we're talking them up and telling them what a good product it is. Also, Axles and Tactical. Troy has one. I have one. Our buddy Jeff makes a great rifle. They make ARs, AR-10s. They got bolt guns, long range guns, pistols, high quality, custom made, and they do a great job on them. I'm sure you'll find something out there that you would like, and if you do, or when you do, use the promo code Guiding Guns, and our buddies over at Axelson will hook you up and give you 10% off. So go check our buddies out at axelsonusa.com and like them too. PowerTac lights. Hey, I just showed you on my gun my light that I hooked up. This is the one we're going to give away here in just a few minutes. This is the E5 Tactical Long Range Kit. If you haven't got one of these yet, you guys have been buying them up on their site. They are $59 right now. It comes with the light, the pressure switch, the charger. You can charge it while it's still on the gun. You don't have to take it out. And it comes with your Picatinny rail mount, so you can mount it on your gun. And if you use our promo code Guiding Guns, when you check out, it's normally it's normally $119. They got it on sale for $59. And if you use our promo code Guiding Guns, they are giving another 20% off to anybody that listens to our show. That is a good deal. It makes it $47 out the door. shipped to you. So you can't beat that deal. And I think California can even have one of these, can't they, Troy? They get
I
flashlights.
don't know. Might be too many lumens.
Well, it's got
They may not be able to have that many lumens.
it's kind of serrated on the end where you can actually break glass and stuff with it.
Yeah.
Lifetime warranty on it, so you can't go wrong. But go check our buddies out, powertac.com. Also, last but not least, our Palmetto State Armory. Go out. They don't give you a discount code, but what they do for us is everything that you buy through our affiliate link, they give us a little bit of money back toward the show to help out with, the things that we do, trips to Virginia and this and that, whatever it is we're doing. But they pay back a little bit of money to that. Also, I just want to let everybody know, for the folks in Virginia, they have a Virginia lower that they have printed for the things going on up there. And I think they're $49 for the lower. If you buy one, they are donating $10 from every lower that they do back to, what is the
VCDL.
VCD. I always get it wrong.
Virginia Citizens Defense League.
There you go. They're giving $10 back to those guys to help them out. So Palmetto is helping those guys out as well. So go out, use our link, find something you like, which you will. If you're not a member of their daily deals, do so, because they have some really cool stuff out there. But go check them out, Palmetto State Armory.
Good deal. All right, we're getting ready to do the Armed Citizen. You want me to read that while you work on the giveaway coming up?
Sure.
Do you, or have you already got it done?
I'm pretty much, well, you can read it. Go ahead and read that one, and I'll get it up on all of our shares and stuff over here on Facebook.
Okay, so we're going to draw that right after the Armed Citizen, so you guys be ready. This week's Armed Citizen is coming from Oklahoma's News 4, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Happened on December the 9th, 2019. A concealed carry holder came to the rescue after a robbery at the Best Buy in Moore, Oklahoma. It started when three men came into the store, took thousands of dollars worth of Apple electronics from the display, and attempted to run out of the store. Two of the robbers managed to run out the door, while the third one was tackled to the ground by a store employee. The other two robbers made it to the car, circled back around the parking lot to where the employees were restraining the third robber. Speeding up, the two in the car made an attempt to run over employees with the car. The car missed and reversed to make a second attempt. At this point, the bystander, a concealed carry permit holder, stepped out into the road, putting himself between the employees and the car. He drew his handgun and pointed at the driver as the car sped towards him. Seeing the drawn pistol, the driver stopped the car and put his hands up before turning around and speeding out of the parking lot. And again, that comes to us from Oklahoma's News 4, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. So he stood in the gap, dude. He stood tall.
It makes a fellow think when you got a gun pointed at you, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's the equalizer. A car is a weapon if it's used by a criminal.
That's 100%.
All right, so up comes the big drawing, Doug.
Big drawing here. So I need Troy for you to go ahead and pick a number between 1 through 56, with both of those numbers being in play.
1
through 56.
56. Let's see if I can do this. 1 and 56. I got the generator right here working.
Oh, you gonna run the generator on it? Make it all legal, like.
Yeah. And it's running. And the number's 31.
31. Let's see.
31.
My page isn't updating as fast as I want it to go.
He's scrolling through all the entries to number 31.
I am.
You can tell we've not done this before because neither one of us are prepared. I've told all my lame jokes. I'm trying to think. Bingo.
You can come up with one more.
Too tactical looking in black. It's illegal here. Laugh out loud, Brian, over on YouTube. I came in last Friday. Wow, it lights up the world. Suspense, says Brian Hansen.
I know.
You can feel the sweat beads dripping off him.
It is going to be Fred Chapman.
Fred Chapman.
Fred Chapman is going to be our winner tonight.
CHPMAN?
CHAPMAN, Chapman.
CHAPMAN.
Yep.
Fred Chapman. All right, Fred, if you're out there listening, you're the winner. And you need to contact Doug at
GodandGunsPodcast.com.
All right, guys. It's been great. Sorry for you guys that didn't win. We got another one coming up. When we're going to give that one away?
Next week.
So this week we're going to make sure that you like us on Facebook. You like us on Twitter. If you got a Twitter account, you like us on Instagram. What else we got? We got Periscope. Congrats, Fred. Yeah, everybody. Good deal. So we appreciate you guys sharing that out there. It helps us get out there for people to see us. And we will have another drawing next week, same time. Well, maybe same time, same place. Assuming we're both in. We don't have any problems. Sound like you got a visitor.
Jeez.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up. You got anything else, Doug?
That's it, man.
All right, send your feedback to Troy at GodandGunsPodcast.com.
Or Doug at GodandGunsPodcast.com.
Please tell your friends about us. Leave us an iTunes review and like us on Facebook at Facebook.com/GodandGunsPodcast. You can subscribe to us on YouTube, like us, and click that little bell thing so it notifies you whenever we post something new. You can follow us on Twitter at God and Guns Pod. You can search for us on Instagram at God and Guns Podcast. We're on MeWe as a backup. Website is GodandGunsPodcast.com. And is it close? Close? Not there yet, but close. So until next time, Doug, have a blessed week.
And keep your guns close, but keep your Bible closer.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for a lot sharing. And we will talk to you guys later. And Fred, get in touch with Doug and get that gun. Good night.
Good night, everybody.